Hello, and welcome to the November 1st, 2012 edition of Newswatch. I'm Corey Smith.
And I'm Mackenzie Nichols. Tonight, find out how one coat drive can raise 10,000 coats for foster children.
Also, find out about last night's Boost Central here at CWU.
Plus, we have this week's weather forecast.
All this and more coming up on Newswatch.
Tech VT. And we're coming back. Okay, so okay, you guys just go straight to the second segment.
On Tuesday, Washington State representatives traveled to CWU for the 13th Annual Economic Outlook Conference. Amy Muma, director of the Global Wine Studies program at CWU, was the speaker. The conference showed the overall economic realities of the U.S. and Washington State. That economic information shows patterns where the economy currently stands and what is needed to move forward. Muma said, even though economic recession, Washington wines have shown growth over 18 years and provide nearly 28,000 jobs in Washington alone. The economic conference is held at CWU as part of the Business Department program. This year's focus was wind, water, and wine.
Tech VT. And we're going to come back to camera 2. Could we get some sound? Can we get sound? Okay, go back to camera 2. Guys, apologize.
With all this early snow, parents are making sure their kids are all bundled up.
And it's important that everyone has a jacket to wear.
Ready, VT?
Our local Sleep Country is collecting winter coats for foster kids in Kittitas County. Our reporter found out more on the story.
Tech VT. Q.
We apologize for the technical difficulties, but now we have special guest Shanae Stevenson
camera 1?
from the Observer staff to give us a little preview of this week's issue.
Take camera 1.
Tell us, Shanae, what's happening in the Observer this issue?
Thank you, Corey and Mackenzie. This week, the news section has the latest on Professor Manweller from the Political Science Department. The investigation report was released and the story will be on page 3 of today's issue. Also in the news section, and our cover story for this week, CWU was ranked among the top military-friendly campuses in the country. The scene section features a story on the zombie zone, which allowed students to shoot zombies who were other students with Nerf guns. You can read the article on page 7. The Wildcats volleyball team has had struggles since being ranked number 22 in the nation. Central Washington lost to Montana State University Billings and Seattle Pacific University, both in 5 sets. Basketball season officially tips off this Friday as the Wildcats travel to play Division I Idaho, the exhibition game in the first of the season for the new-look Wildcats. Catch staff reporter Jared Klein's preview of the game in the paper today. Make sure to check us out online at cwobserver.com and stay up to date with the latest news on our Facebook and Twitter page. CW Observer, back to you, Corey and Mackenzie.
Camera 2. Guys, talk.
Welcome back to Newswatch.
Ready, VT?
Was 50 feet vertical feet high and indoors, the climbing wall at CWU. Tomorrow, CWU is hosting its annual Cranksgiving bouldering competition, a student and alumni competition that tests climbers' ability to figure out and climb different routes. I had the opportunity to talk more with Brendan Hennessy of the Rockwall staff. For more information, watch this video.
Bring in VT.
The climbing wall staff
Okay, so let's
uses
switch to
poles
two seats.
and ladders to help
need only
set
2
for the
people
climbing
down.
competition.
And,
Brendan Hennessy
ready,
has
camera
more
2?
on the story.
Central Washington University's Cranksgiving is a bouldering competition held for Central students and also people here who climb out in public in Ellensburg. What we've done here is we've taken our 50-foot rock wall and we've stripped all of the holds down below around 15 feet and set brand new problems for this comp that we've held every year for a while now, and we have a really good turnout, and we'll have it'll be held on Friday, November 2nd, and it should be pretty fun.
Okay, cue them.
The rock wall is open to
Ready,
community
camera,
members Saturday and Sunday from noon to 3. Children are welcome for special hours on Sunday from 3 to 4:30. Children must be at least 6 years old to climb.
Take camera 3.
The public can now submit nominations for Kittitas Valley
Ready,
Community
camera
Hospital nurses to receive a local DAISY Award. DAISY is an acronym for Disease Attacking the Immune System and is the name for a foundation established in 1999 by the family of Patrick Barnes, a man who died after problems with an autoimmune disease. According to a press release from KVCH, nurses will be selected 2 times a year based on their clinical expertise and extraordinary compassionate care. Recipients for the award will receive a certificate, pin, and hand-carved stone sculpture entitled A Healer's Touch. If you would like to nominate a nurse, you can fill out an online form on the KCVH Hospital website by November 25th.
Take camera 1.
This week, 2 classes of firefighters will graduate from Fire Training Academy. That's right, a group of 20 recruits began an 11-week recruit academy on August 4th. Another group of 18 recruits began a 12-week recruit academy on August 9th. The academy ensures that they have learned basic fire service principles through both classroom instruction and hands-on training. Graduates include people from East Jefferson Fire and Rescue, the Fire Training Academy, King County Fire Districts 27, 28, and 45, Port Ludlow, Fire and Rescue, Woodinville Fire and Rescue, Clark County Fire and Rescue, Clark County Fire District 13, Marysville Fire District, North Whatcom Fire and Rescue, and Valley Regional Fire Authority. Graduations will take place this Friday and Sunday.
Take 3.
One local school
Ready, camera
improved their test scores since last spring. Mount Stewart Elementary School testing results have improved from last spring for 3rd grade math, 4th grade writing, and 5th grade reading and science. The school now has the highest elementary school test scores in the district.
Ready, camera 1. Take 1.
In other news, from Mount Stewart Elementary School, a former
Ready, camera
student, Camille Lagrone, is now a published author. Her new book,
Ready,
Tatiana, is a
Ready.
fantasy novel about a 14-year-old girl accused of witchcraft. Her book is a main focus in the school's library. Tatiana was published during this summer after Lagrone turned 17 years old.
Take 2.
Only 17, and she already has a book published? That is impressive.
That is really cool.
Hey, Mackenzie, I wonder what the kids of Halloween did last night for Halloween.
I bet it had something to do with candy.
You're right. I actually had the chance to attend Central Washington University's Boost Central Halloween event, and I admit, I wish I got to have this much fun growing up. Take a look.
Take BT.
This Halloween, Central Washington's campus activities put on its annual Boost Central event aimed for children 5th grade and younger. This family-friendly event, aimed at providing a safe Halloween environment for children, had a wide range of activities put on by various clubs, organizations, and departments throughout the university.
I think that this is a good environment for kids to be in. It's warm, it's safe, it's dry, keeps kids out of the weather, and there's plenty of fun activities to do out here, and they're definitely entertained.
And even had the opportunity to touch some creepy and crawly things. This year's Boost Central turned out to be a huge success. The kids got to have fun in a safe, Halloween-themed environment. Don't worry, there was plenty of candy to go around. I'm Corey Smith, reporting for Newswatch. You know, I have to say this. Last night, my favorite costumes was these 2 little boys, probably brothers, dressed up as Mario and Luigi.
Oh, wow, I wish I could have seen that. That sounds so cute. Coming up on Newswatch, find out if the wet weather will continue here in Ellensburg as Rachel Cizik joins us on the desk.
Also, if you're traveling across the state, we have your forecast.
All this and more after these messages.
Take BT. Switch.
Welcome back to Newswatch.
We've had plenty of rain this past week, but nothing like on the East Coast.
So true. Hurricane Sandy definitely had a major effect on the East Coast. The New York Stock Exchange actually closed for the first time in 27 years for a weather-related issue. There are power outages, and the subway system is even flooded.
Ready.
At least we don't have that over here. Today's forecast is a high of 58 degrees, We had some morning clouds, but it should clear up for the rest of the day. There is a 20% chance of rain today with a southwest wind at 7 miles per hour. The sunset tonight is at 5:45 p.m., and tonight's low is 38 degrees and partly cloudy. Let's look at the statewide weather for tomorrow. Here in Ellensburg, we'll have partly cloudy weather with a high of 57 and a low of 39. In Yakima, it will also be partly cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 36. Heading over to Spokane, it will be mostly cloudy again with a high of 53 and a low of 37. At Moses Lake, we'll have more of the same with some cloudy skies, a high of 56 and a low of 36. Heading over to the Puget Sound area where we did have some flood warnings for this week. In Bellingham, we're looking at cloudy weather with a high of 57 and a low of 48. In Olympia and Seattle, we'll have more of the same clouds with temperatures in the high 50s. And lastly, in Ocean Shores, it will be mostly cloudy with a high of 57 and a low of 51. Overall, we are seeing moisture throughout the state coming from the Central Pacific Ocean, sort of like a small version of the Pineapple Express. This also brought some of the warmer temperatures we'll be seeing more of this week. Now for our local 5-day forecast. Like I said, tomorrow we are looking at partly cloudy weather with a high of 57. Saturday we'll have some clouds with a high of 57 and a low of 40. Sunday we'll have more clouds with slightly warmer temperatures of 62 and 43. On Monday we'll have some morning clouds clearing up as the day goes on with a high of 57 and a low of 36. For Tuesday we will have cloudy skies with a high of 54 and a low of 33. So altogether, we are looking at some warmer temperatures for the next week, but the cloudy skies are going to hang around for a while. For pass conditions, Sadish Pass is still having rain with temperatures in the low 50s. Stevens Pass will start to see a mixture of snow and rain tonight. Blewett Pass will also start seeing a mixture of snow and rain this evening, though temperatures will remain in the 40s for the most part. We might also see some snow mixed in at Snoqualmie Pass over the weekend, but nothing too major.
Thanks, Rachel. It looks like we still need to keep our umbrellas handy.
Championships, touchdowns, and more coming up after the break.
Newswatch's Mike Ramirez will be joining us with this week's sports news.
Stay tuned. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
Okay, take VT. What the fuck? Take 2.
Welcome back to Newswatch.
Now on the desk, we have Mike Ramirez here for this week's sports. Thanks for coming, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us what's going on in the world of sports.
Well, thank you again for having me. Hey there, sports fans. This week in Major League Baseball, the World Series has come to an end. On Sunday's game, the San Francisco Giants finished with yet another win, resulting in their 4th and final game of the series. The victory over the Detroit Tigers finished in the 10th inning with a final score of 4 runs San Francisco and 3 for Detroit. Bringing sports back to the Evergreen State, we have the Seattle Seahawks. They have their next home game this Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings. This week's game is sure to be a good one, with the NFL's top rushers facing each other head-to-head on Sunday. Vikings' Adrian Peterson is leading the league with 775 yards this season, and Seattle's very own Marshawn Lynch is close behind with 757 yards. If you're going to be at the game, make sure you bring your Skittles to feed the beast and bring the Seahawks yet another win. All right, and in local sports news, the Ellensburg Bulldogs are getting over last Friday's loss against East Valley. East Valley beat Ellensburg with a final score of 7-6. Let's hope the Bulldogs can shake that loss in tomorrow's game against Toppenish. Friday's game will be in Ellensburg at 7 p.m. So make sure you go, show your support. And finally, in Central Sports, Newswatch reporter Sean Well went in depth with this week's highlights of the CWU women's volleyball team.
Take VT.
The 22nd nationally ranked CWU women's volleyball team wearing pink to promote breast cancer awareness.
Okay.
The Wildcats faced off against the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. A back-and-forth set ended with a central win, a spike by number 6 redshirt junior Emily Dolan. The Wildcats took the first set 27-25.
So we are coming back to camera 2.
The Yellow Jackets won the second set on a miscue by the Wildcats, winning 25-17. The Wildcats won the third set 26-24 with a big spike from junior Emily Smith. The spike caused the Yellow Jackets to make an unforced error. Smith finished with 10 kills and 4 assisted blocks for the Wildcats. Montana State came back with a powerful spike to win the fourth set 27-25, tying the match at 2-2. In the final set, Central kept it close, but a mean strike by the Yellow Jackets closes out the match. Wildcats fall 3-2 and lose their first home match of the year. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Sean Wells.
That was a tough loss, but those were some great plays. Hopefully a win will be in store for their next game. That's it for this week's sports. Thanks for having me, guys. And you can catch more sports next Thursday when we're back in play.
Thanks, Mike. Coming up on Newswatch, we'll have your kid pick of the week.
Also, find out how an SUV got stuck on top of a 14-foot fence.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this quick break. Welcome back to Newswatch. Now it's time for this week's kid pick.
This week's mission is by 4-year-old Mason Gomez. Mason drew a picture of a lovely fall day in Ellensburg. I like the little pumpkins on this picture. Hopefully Mason had a great time trick-or-treating last night.
I hope so too. Great job, Mason.
I have never been that great at artwork. I think that's probably the best artwork I've seen.
I mean, it's
all
perfect
day.
right around that time.
The pumpkins look really nice.
They look just like pumpkins, and you know, the trees didn't have that many leaves, so
yeah, it's true.
You hit it on the money. It's fall time too.
It's a great time of the year. In odd news, on early Tuesday mornings, U.S. Border Patrol agents came across a strange sight when they discovered an SUV on top of the U.S.-Mexico border fence. Smugglers created a makeshift drive the vehicle over the fence in an attempt to get into this country. The plan was foiled after the SUV got stuck at the very top. As agents approached the vehicle, 2 suspects ran off into the Mexican desert. Upon further inspection, agents discovered the vehicle was empty, leading to suspicions that the smugglers escaped with their illegal contraband. So, what did you do for Halloween?
Well, I prepared this newscast, and I watched a scary movie, and I attended Booth Central and ate some candy. What about you?
I was stuck at my apartment doing homework, which was unfortunate. I didn't get to participate in the festivities this year, but I did get my business proposal turned in on time.
Hey, that's always a good thing.
It's important to pass college, right?
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
What was your favorite costume you happened to see on a little kid the other night?
Well, I actually didn't see one on a kid, but I saw one online. It was of the 2 monsters and Where the Wild Things Are. And the little boy in that, I thought that was really creative and it was really cute.
That is a really great idea. That is
so,
indeed.
Do you have any fall plans for this weekend?
Fall plans for this weekend?
Okay, guys, cut it.
Well, no, not really. But that's all the time we have for this edition of Newswatch.
It's your news by Central students for our community.
This upcoming fall, you can catch us on Channel 2 and 14, Thursdays at 4 and 7, and 11 p.m. If you're watching us on Channel 14, it is now produced and ran fully by the students of Central Washington University.
If you have missed any previous newscasts, visit our CWU Newswatch channel on YouTube.
From all of us on the Newswatch team, good night, Kittitas County.
Okay, so camera to zoom out very slowly, please. Well, we don't have any. Okay, fade to black. Kill